Okay, so, hello guys, it's me Gaming Star here, and today I am back with another episode of the Greatest Attorney Adventures. Last time we had basically started off the adventure of the Runaway Room. We started off that case, and we started off the first half of the trial, and all of that. And let's just say it's kind of a losing battle. Let's just say last time ended off with a bang, and the cliffhanger, and I mean quite literally in a bit of a bang. um, this time we're gonna go ahead and basically do the final part of the trial, aka part 3. Shall we begin? And find out who that mysterious passenger was that McGill did hid. Let's see who it really was and why he hid it from the police. What on earth just happened in there? Mr. Nada, hold on, I managed to find out what happened. Mr. Sato, I was told it was an advanced form of smoke grenade, a type of exploding device that releases smoke. A smoke grenade? It sounds like sort of a ninjas use. They're just making sure everything is safe now. I think the trial will start again before long. But who would have done something like that? The police managed to catch someone who was trying to flee the courtroom, apparently. Flee the courtroom? Why? Well, it was a young girl of around 15, I hear. A young girl? Then could it be the other passenger McGilda was just talking about? My thoughts exactly. So he wasn't lying. Oh, what's it coming with McGilda, actually? There are so many things I need to ask him, but he's not here. I think he was summoned to the prosecutor's antechamber to answer questions, along with the young girl. Who is she, I wonder? And what was she even doing here in that trial? She was taking a huge risk for that possible benefit to herself. There's another matter that's troubling me. What's that? The 20 pence. Oh, that. Yeah, from last episode. According to the coachman, Mr. Beepo. Beepo, I love that name. He took 4 passengers that night at the fair, 5 pence each. That comes to a total of 20 pence exactly. Now, it seems that there were in fact 5 passengers, which means the figures don't exactly add up again. She's right. That is strange. I'm not good with math, so I can't exactly say. Comes for defense, kindly proceed to the courtroom. The trial will recommence in 5 minutes. Oh, thank you, officer. We'll go straight away. Well, whoever she is, I imagine the young girl will be asked to take the stand and testify now. I really can't imagine what she's going to say, but not to alter the whole direction of the trial. We know soon enough, Mr. Sato. Yes. Alright. Let's start the trial. Shall we? 1 p.m. There's the girl. There's the young girl next to Mr. McGilda. Look, she must have been the one who caused disturbance before. Well, after the rather eventful recess, the court will now resume the trial of Magnus, Mr. Maddox the Gilded, now in Lord Van Zeeks. McGilda's actually like either Irish or Scottish. My lord, I believe you have established the cause of the smoke which filed proceedings earlier. It seems to have been an advanced form of smoke grenade, or sort of typical employed by the army. Good gracious, the army? What in the devil's name? It was an elaborate attempt by a young girl to cloak her escape at the public gallery, but she was caught. And now occupies the stand. Your name, girl? Are you responsible for the smoke grenade which induced the pandemonium here in the courtroom? What are the meaning of the deplorable behavior? If I may, my lord. Yes, Mr. McGilded. I think perhaps I ought to explain here. Why is it that this is where Lee Lass is here in the first place? Why she tried to board like that? 'Tis all out of the events of the night, so it is. Alright, testify. Very well, Mr. McGillen. Give your testimony. You've explained to court exactly how this young woman is involved in the case. Just what did happen that night? This is not like the defense lawyer needs information or anything. Because I do. Here we go. Let's see what his testimony is about. On the night in question, I took the back seat in the omnibus and promptly nodded off. Then begruff, a loud thud, and wee scream woke me up at the fair start. There was a fella collapsed on the floor at my feet, so I sat him up and seated across from me. Then I turned to find out where the scream had come from. Bless my soul, what do I find? There was a child in there, caught up in a ball, hiding herself in a wee self away. Hold on. Let me see something here. Okay, let's check the omnibus again. Alright, let's go and check the inside. Because there's something that I want to check. Let's check it. Wait a minute. What?! There's a blood stain on the floor. That was new. Hello. It's blood, isn't it? Is something wrong? Oh, it's just, well, this blood stain is obvious, this is all. And yet, Van Zeeks made no mention of it. I suppose that does seem a little strange. That wasn't there before. Why do I have such a bad feeling about this? Oh, that wasn't there before. This was here before, but that wasn't. That's odd. Let's check this. Because I know in here last time there was... supplies? Let me see. No, wait. Oops. Wrong one. Yeah, there we go. I pressed the wrong one. Alright, let's see. Oh, everything's gone. Yeah, something is going on here. But there's something here. It's totally empty. Something doesn't seem right here, but I can't put my finger on what it is. It's like... it's almost as if someone is trying to hide evidence. I don't know. A bit suspicious. That bloodstain was always there. That bloodstain is completely brand new, though. Yeah, that bloodstain's totally new. That was never there before. If you guys remember the last episode, that was never there. If you guys remember the last episode, how you actually checked the inside of the omnibus, that was not there. And also, you guys remember how there was actually stuff inside here. Like, supplies? Someone tampered with the fucking scene. Someone tampered with the scene while we were away. While the whole thing happened, someone tampered with the goddamn scene. Yeah, someone tampered with the entire scene. It's fair, someone tampered with the actual scene. It's fairly obvious someone tampered with it. Everything else here is perfectly normal on the top. It's only the inside where everything is completely wrong. It's only the inside. Yeah, something is going wrong here. Something suspicious is going on. They're hiding every stuff away. But wait, why would... there were supplies in there before. But then how the fuck did the supplies just disappear? There were supplies in there, and the bloodstain on the floor was not there before. Literally, it wasn't... Kind of suspicious. I'm not saying sus because that's stupid. Kind of suspicious, isn't it? I remain somewhat baffled, I confess, but when I gathered in question, this young girl was indeed riding the omnibus, is that correct? Hell, even the scene changed to match the description. It matched everything. It's almost as if everything changed to match the description of the... almost as if everything changed to match the description of it all. Like, what? That's exactly what the defense counsel said. The last of the fifth passenger, my lord. It's almost as if he changed it. It's almost as if someone changed the entire scenario to fit with the thing. McGill did? Anybody? Very well. The defense and the cross-examined witness. Are you ready? Counsel. Yes, my lord. This is so odd. Or rather, no. I have no idea where to start. This is so strange. Because you guys remember how there was stuff inside. It's really, really weird. Alright. Just press all the statements and ask more questions. Press every single statement so we can learn her name. And then you first got into omnibus, or were any other passengers already on board? There were not. The cabin was empty, but there was no one on the roof deck either. You were the first passenger was there. I see. Hey, that's why I took back seat, as I did. It's the most comfortable, so it is. Could you explain exactly what you mean by the back seat? By all means, is how you described it earlier. I'm talking about the opposite, which is pointed to most staff was sitting. Like I said, the most comfortable is where I sit. But of course, there was gazing the skylight from time to time as well. Then the bugger off a loud fun and wee scream woke me up at the fair start. More info. A loud fudge, you say, and a scream? Eh, that's right. How can I explain it? 'Twas like the sound of someone falling to the ground. That's what the noise. So you could the sound of Mr. Mason falling to the floor, having been stabbed. Something's not right here. Well, now you remember I was asleep at the time, so I wouldn't say it like that. That sound woke me and opened my eyes. But there was a soul that had been carried when it fell on the floor. I didn't see anyone. But the same moment, you did hear a scream. Ah, the seats above you, the roof deck, I presume. Not above me, my lord. It was inside the cabin. But I was thinking the scream. No, I was stunned by this sight before me eyes. There was a feather collapse on the floor of my feet, so I set them up across the side for me. What do you mean by that? You sat him up! The victim, you mean? That I did on the seat across from me as I did. I completely the poor devil was already gone. Mario! You wouldn't leave that man just lying on the floor now, would you? Technically, I would. But I'll be honest, I would never touch that body. I just leave him be, I don't care. I just leave it out. Tis common courtesy, so it is. No, it's not! I find that a little hard to believe. Yes! Me too! Me too, Zeeks. Me too, Van Zeeks. Me too, bro. I'm the same. Me too. Who the fuck just goes, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and set the dead body up? Like, no! If I see a dead body right in front of my eyes, I would just leave it. I'd just get the fuck out and run. I would leave that shit. I'd be like, yeah, no, I'm gonna leave that shit as it was so everybody can see exactly how it was. I'm just gonna preserve it. I don't care. Hey, are Lord Van Zeeks? Now what would that be? You work to find the line and line down in your feet in the carriage, and no person would hail the cab, man. That's true! That's pretty accurate, yeah. Any upstanding member of the London society, that is. Well now, as you know, I have something of a special line of business. The business of lending money to extorted rates of interest. Unfortunately, my lord, not everyone is thankful to have offered them some of them moved to see me dead. I do try where all possible, but getting myself in a tangle of trouble. Seeing you dead? Oh, foreshadowing. Sorry. Are you suggesting you were going to leave the man there? Heavens, no, alive! No, I was intending to report it, so I was. Only I had in mind it was wise or what was first. Was it where force? Right you are. There's some details I wanted to understand before anyone else got the meddle. Now we scream I heard, for example. When you're good, sir, just do the same. Yes, the screams he says heard at the same time was the thud and the victim collapsed. This dude is very suspicious. I'm afraid I don't understand. I'm sure you told the court that there was no one else in the carriage except yourself and the victim. So did I, sir. So as far as I can see, that is. What do you mean by that? Well, that is a queer thing. The wee scream I heard as I woke up. I came from, you excuse the vulgar expression, under me backside. Good gracious! Under your backside? And when I lifted the seat down to be sitting, I found there was a weak cubby holder for storage. But so that hold on, we can examine the underbus ourselves, remember? Yes, of course, the whole bus is submitted as evidence. Here's the thing, let's go ahead and check it out again. And you guys remember how I said last time, there was literally, like it was just there? Like, there was materials inside, and the bloodstain on the floor was never there before. It's really odd, isn't it? The bloodstain on the floor was never there before. It's almost as if someone did this to contribute the story. It's so strange. Something's not right, isn't it? Something is not right about this, isn't it? Look at how strange this is. It's really strange, isn't it? It's really, really strange how there used to be supplies in here and yet it's all gone. And the bloodstain on the floor is completely brand new. It's really weird, isn't it? This will be a very good time to go to the other side. And that's when I found her. There's a child in there, rocked up in the ball, hiding a wee side from her. Press. You say she was hiding herself? Hey, that's right. Hold on, Mario. Let me fix you. There we go. 'Twas harder to see in the dim lampshade, but it was all covered up in a wee ball, and our eyes were met. He hardly nearly stopped and beating in my chest. Overreacting this. Still, and all, I pulled her out her underwear and sat her to the opposite that I could see reaching wag with her. The seat opposite? That's right, just next to the dead gentleman here. You said the young girl next to the corpse, sir! Well, as should I mentioned, a gentleman in my position can often find himself in mortal danger. So, I need to find her just urgent, you see. And while I was hiding a bit of talking with her, I heard another scream a fella's voice this time. Presumably the scream was Mr. First, who was sitting in the roof deck seats. Right, you are again, I would say, sir. Looking down at the skylight, I must have seen this young girl and the gentleman with the knife in his belly. The other worse, the previous witness did not actually at all, Mr. McGilded. She was believed that herself and the victim was in fact this girl and the late Mr. Mason? Oh god. Hey, Mr. Lord. Hey, me lord. I was a tink everyone understands now, sat back in the carriage at the site. I am... It's certainly plausible. The defendant is somewhat diminutive of his stature. That is true, he's very short. And readily confused, perhaps, with this young girl. After that, of course. But the screen, that gentleman over is a driver, realized something was wrong and pulled up the horse. Thank you, I've heard enough. The events I explained is clear in my mind. However, at least one conundrum remains. Who is this girl? Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer, earns her crust among large crowds of even people of the purses, was commonly called a pickpocket. What? This girl here? A petty thief? Order! Order! Is this true, Miss Lestrade? Miss Lestrade, you answer the question! Ah! How dare you! What is the meaning of this? And she escaped again. Ah! The girl! She's gone! Open your eyes! Open your eyes. I'm over here. Good gracious, how... What was the point of that little sidestep? I know what you are What are you thinking? Grown-ups are all the same. There's that little diaper, you say. Slipped up and got the job. She got herself back in the corner, so she knifed the gent. Go on. That's what your ends, ain't it? No, not at all. This is court of law. We're determined to Oh, God. Look, knives are for cowards. Only thugs will use weapons like that. All I need is what I do is the fingers. I'm a professional, right? Maybe not your eyes, but I do what I do. Let me guess. You don't count smoke guns as weapons for thugs. Oh, this? Yeah, this was a bag of litter from the other day. What if you keep a 40 wheel drags? It's nice, isn't it? I like the pink best. Do not wave that thing my direction again! So, you would admit that you were riding the omnibus on the night in question. These alright, lass. You can tell him the truth now. Something odd about their relationship. Something really strange. Alright, yeah, just like the Irishman said. Yeah, Irish. I just got you confused. It's because your accent is somewhat similar sometimes. The court accepts the girl Miss Gina Lestrade as a valid and significant witness in this case. Accordingly, young lady, you will now hear testimony if you please. You will tell the court exactly what happened on the bus night in question. Alright, if I have to. Okay, let's see what you have to say. What the girl saw. So I snuck inside the carriage before they looked up the orders, just like always. But they was right always the time. I got nothing to show for me travels that night. I'll tell ya, got the blind thing hiding places, I'll pitch in there. Then after a while, I hear his lad bang, then he jumped under me skin, and I did a scream, just came out. Because of that, as well found me, and the help get it away, mind. Yes, he let you go. I fail to understand how just a streeter should go, Mr. McGilden. Oh, its simplicity is that, my lord. You see, she couldn't possibly have killed the other passenger, another fact. How? As I'm sure I said before, sir. This compartment. I was sitting on the top of the place where she was hiding herself. I think a demonstration is called for. This is where I was sat that night. In the cubby hole, so you spoke underneath the seat, I presume. Yes, it appears large enough to accommodate someone of the girl's stature. But here's the thing. There was stuff inside before! What happened? What happened? Hey, but of course the wheel lass was stuck in there, because I parked myself in the seat for the duration. It's to make it look innocent. Fuck. So you see, that's why I let the lass bolt. I knew that if the police fans were there, they automatically assumed she'd done it. But I couldn't live with myself, and the young life was ruined all the time, so I knew she was innocent. Even though you must have realized your actions would result in your innocence being called into question. Not at all, my lord. Not at all. I knew in my own heart that was innocent. No, I don't believe it. And I'm a defense attorney. So I thought it was worth taking a punt on my own good namesake and less fortune than less. My goodness. What a perfect gentleman. My lord, this fine example of a man cannot possibly hold his crime like this. I'm ashamed of myself for even doubting you, sir. I'm sorry, but I literally cannot believe this. I don't know what to think. With calm, calculated reasoning, one arrives at clear truth every time. No, not all the time. Sometimes there's some little not everyone is unbiased. It's hard to be unbiased. Why does this feel wrong? Saints alive! All 6 members of the jury counsel lean to the verdict of not guilty. This feels wrong. Why does this feel so wrong? Mr. Naruhodo, this, well, it must mean what? We're victorious. We've won? Are you sure? I don't believe this. Ah, it's the leg! There it is! There it is! There's the leg! Yo, there's the leg! If the sight in my iron-heeled Wellington offends, pray to forget the scared to see! It's the leg! Ah, shit, it's the... He does the leg with the wine! That's a combo! That's a double combo right there, boys! That's a double combo. Hell yeah! This really is a consummate example of the one monumental flaw of the British judicial practices. Where evidence and reasoning should be paramount, emotion rules the day. That is true. Emotion? Ah, put the leg down, damn it. I want the leg! When this latest statement gives a clear insight of his true nature. Manipulative. What do you mean, his true nature? Logic should be paramount. Do you really think Scotland Yard would have made such a glaring omission? After the incident, the omnibus was comprehensively searched by officers of the police. Yeah, there's something wrong in there. Yeah, interior of this cubbyhole was witness put it, was included in their investigation. Yes, that's what I said. I literally said that. The compartment under the passenger seat was full of coachman's belongings. That's what I fucking said. What did I say? It's noted in the black and white here in the police report. Good lord. Yeah, someone changed the scene. It's been tampered with. That's why the smoke did it, because it's been tampered with to fit the story. To fit the story even better, it's been done that. I literally said it. I was like, yeah, this is a bit suspicious. Hell, even the bussy on the floor wasn't there before and it was added. What happened? The evidence had been tampered with in order to corroborate Mr. McGilden's story. He's awfully removed everything under the seat. What? I knew it. I knew it because, hey, we did see it, right? So, yeah. Order! Order! How could such a devious conference possibly have affected counsel? Naturally, we must acknowledge the defensives of the collaborator allowing this to happen. However, I assure you, when the omnibus was wheeled to the courtroom in the morning, the compartment under the seat was not empty. That is true. We did see it ourselves in the last episode. We did see it. That is true. Wow, my Nipponese friend. Huh? Me? I agree. When the carriage was submitted as evidence, doubtless you examined in fine detail any self-respecting practitioner of law. Yeah? I did see it. I did. Pray, what did you find the condition under the seat compartment to be? Oh, to be sure, the young gentleman will be able to clear up in a jiffy. Sorry? McGilden, you fucking bastard! Go tell the court now, fella. You damn bastard! McGilden, you rich asshole! I'm gonna... Oh, God. I can't try philanthropist for anything. I can't trust a goddamn philanthropist. Oh, there's all elaborate excuse for this, but if Lord of Anziques, it is not an excuse. I swear to God. I can't see this. Well, counsel, you have something that's the matter? Do I defend my defendant? What do I do? How am I supposed to answer? What can I say about the little compartment? It wasn't empty. That's the thing. I looked and it wasn't empty. We saw it ourselves. It wasn't empty. Boy, what are you up to? I really don't know if giving the answer is helping my cause of the counsel of defense. Sometimes you have to tell the truth. But as far as I remember, at least, it was not empty. I first examined the compartment, and fairly certain there was a number of articles inside, yes. Are you sure, counsel? I'd be whist. What did you say now, you daft dog? I thought you were on my side here. Well, there's the thing. Not really. Sometimes, you have to tell the truth, even if it means... What game are you playing? Your task is to defend the man in the stand. Why would you say something to compromise his position? Because it's true. As for the advocated defense in his trial, I confess I'm still not entirely sure where I stand, but it seems to me that I should state the facts of what I do know as clearly as honestly as possible. Interesting. Oh, he pissed. 'Tis not altogether pleasing, fella. I'm simply telling the truth, Mr. McGilden. Well, I don't forget, you're supposed to be representing my best interest here, lad. Now then. A fella's memory is a curious thing, not altogether reliable, no? The court must consider the facts. Here's the thing. We saw it! We fucking saw it! If I took a picture, we could fucking see it. We fucking saw it. The cubbyhole under the sea is empty as the devil's heart, so it is. Bullshit! Bull! Do you think perhaps it would be best interest out to admit you might have been mistaken? No, I am not mistaken. Why? Why do I feel like something's not right here? Same, bro. I should not let the jury wait in the matter, I think. That compartment is designed to house equipment used to maintain a smooth running of the carriage. The guild's rules state the omnibus should be properly fully equipped at all times, so it certainly wouldn't have been empty in the night in question. Beepo wasn't that irresponsible. That money-lending fleecers pick-purse are lying! Oh, yeah, told you. Yeah, it wasn't... Ah! I can't believe I was nearly taken in. Still stinking rich, all the stinkers. Nothing but cowards, a lot of them. What? Oh, no. It's a trick, of course it's a trick! Yeah, shit's getting real, oh god. Ooh. Yeah, we're now kind of in the middle. Yeah, now we're kind of in the middle with it all. Quite so. I must concur here. Yeah, we're now, everything's balanced. Oh, sweet God. If nothing is wrong. With calm, calculated reasoning. Is it your time? Yes, but every different time a different truth, it seems. Yeah, it's the truth, though. My lord, I humbly exhibit the scales of justice. Clearly, a verdict of not guilty at this time would be wholly inappropriate. That's true. Nor guilty either. Thank you, Constable. Before we proceed any further, the matter of outstanding cross-examination. Yeah, he pissed. Yeah, the guilty was pissed that we called him out. He was pissed off, though. Like, suspicious, isn't it? Constable Vince, you're questioning the witness. Yes, my lord. What just happened? The whole balance of trial just shifted almost beyond recognition. This is such a crazy trial, though. And this is the third case? Third cases are not like this normally. Normally, third cases are not like this. They usually are like kind of but this case is crazy though. Whoa. God. All right, let's do some cross-examination, shall we? Oh, sweet God. And when Mr. McGill discovered, he pulled you out from hiding place. I was scared stiff I was. He dragged me out to sat me down in his seat and on. Next to the victim, Mr. Mason. Yeah, the bloke had a knife in his guts. He was still bleeding. And the carriage lurched a bit and they ended up falling onto me. Ugh! Ugh, how awful. Both me and it got covered in blood. I feel like sick as a dog. Both her hands got covered in blood. It must be the rooftop passenger saw. Oh, that makes sense. After that, I believe we talked to Mr. Gilda for a while. Is that correct? He asked me some stuff. Wanted to know my name and what and all of that. Then I heard something from above. Someone screamed. Yes, Mr. First on the roof deck will be pursued. I didn't want no one seeing me face, so I didn't look up. Then the orders were drawn of smartest and these Irishmen says to me, get back under the seat. I'll see what I can get in the way later. All 6 members of the jury have decided the defendant was innocent. For one brief shining moment, yes. It's clear they're still very unsure. We could just find conclusive evidence on testimony. I'm sure we'll clinch the verdict warrant. Yes, you're right. But I still have this niggling feeling. Some of this bothering me. I just can't quite put my finger on it. 2, 3. I tell ya. All right. So you couldn't see into the cabin at all. Not the jot. Most days I push the cushion up and we land and just look at the crack. And the butcher's is not gonna fit it. I thought you were a pickpocket, not a butcher. I mean, I can have a look. The seat I get under ain't as plush as the other one, you see. Most of the time, the passengers plant themselves opposite. But for some reason that night, there was an Irishman spent the whole journey right over me head. And for that reason, you were able to push the cushion up a peak, I see. The truth is, I ain't no too happy the small dark place. It feels too much like being thrown in a clink. Well, no. What do you have? Excuse me? Excuse me? Is something wrong, Mr. McGilded? Excuse me? Why are you laughing? Oh, I do apologize. Is something the matter, Consul? I'm just wondering if Miss Lestray's last comment made something occur to you, perhaps. You seem to think of something to yourself. Oh, no. 'Twas nothing important. I was feeling bad for the poor lass is all. I remember feeling desperate myself for a young lad. They shut up in the dark. 'Twas terrifying, so it was. I see. Then why were you laughing? Yeah, sure, I can sympathize. I'm still scared of the dark even now. Hey, and I don't know about what you said, but I find that the darkness seems to make everything seem here much louder as well. Yeah. I suppose it does, maybe. Miss Lestrade? Did you hear something that night? Anything unusual noise, perhaps? She can't say the whole truth. Nah, not really. All I could hear was the Irishman snoring. Bejabbers, no need to tell the whole world of me fibles, you little scout! What a pity. If only Mrs. Trey had heard something, it might have given this man a new clue. Yes, or should we make it the last statement of hers? It's profoundly important. My lord! I believe that statement just made the witness profoundly important. Profoundly important, but all she said was that she heard nothing. Yes, which is a profoundly important point! I'm almost sure of it. I'm sure it was... I don't understand the inner workings of your Eastern mind, Consul. Nevertheless. Miss Gina Lestrade, you will supply formal testimony repeating the last statement, please. What? Serpent? What are you on about? Oh, don't give me all the fancy talk. What are you trying to do? Well, it work on me. That's right, insult the judge. Always a good move. Let's hear this new statement. I was straining my ears to work out what was going on, but all I could hear was snorting. Pressed it. So you were straining to hear what was happening the entire time, since the moment you hid yourself? Not exactly, no. Sorry? Well, there was no one in the cabin to start with. I could just push the cushion up and have a butcher's to see what was what. But then, what I saw was while getting up and me down and notice. And Mr. McGilda sat on the seat under which you were hiding, correct? Yeah, who would have Adam and Eve in it, eh? What the mug? So then all I could do was listen. I was waiting to jump out there as soon as I heard it, you see? But Woody, not likely. Even though we stopped there and there, I never heard the door open. So I just had to stay up and listen to him driving his pigs in market, snorting like an old dog he was. Honestly, my dad snores a lot, so I can relate to that. I mean, the conclusions we can draw from here. It doesn't add up. This is trade? What have you just told to the court? It's clearly at odds with the facts. Ah! At odds? Are you sure, man? Absolutely. It seems my learned Nipponese friend is not as dull-witted as I feared. So Vanzix realized it too. Counsel, I must insist to bolster your claim with evidence or some complicit party's name at the very least. Yes, my lord. I expect to demonstrate alleged contradiction to the court. According to Miss Lestrade, while she was hiding in the omnibus that night, she heard nothing but the sound of Mr. McGillis snoring, but thank no skip thank. There's something that she should have heard. Show a person. She should have heard Mason, since he was the first one to enter. Very well, my lord. Allow me to elaborate. Let's go. On a particular sound, the necessary could have not failed to hear the night in question. The very sound explained by the presence of the following person. Fresh-fired Mason. He looks so much older than he really is. The victim was killed. The poor brickmaker apparently owed the defendant a considerable sum of money. Rice-fired Mason. Since he was first to enter. Since he should have heard it. Rice-fired Mason? Yes, my lord. The sounds of Mrs. Trey could not have failed to hear. The victim, Mr. Mason, born in the omnibus. That's true, actually, yeah. You could have heard. You could have heard like a little whoop. Order! Explain your reasoning, counsel! Miss Lestrade, allow me to confirm something. You claimed earlier that you were the first person on the board omnibus. Is that correct? Yeah, what to say was. I got the wild driver as a pub, didn't I? And the next person on board the omnibus was Mr. Gilden. That was not the sworn in the cabin with the glam board. At least not in plain sight. So you were in all intents and purposes alone in the enclosed cabin in the omnibus at the time. Did I not just say much? I was traveling with anyone else, what do you mean? Yeah, I saw him get there, remember the crack under the seat cushion. He was his own shit. Ah, fuck, wrong button. I pressed the wrong button by accident. Oops. And from what I've heard, the kid made a number of stops in his onward journey. During that which time you did not hear the door opening and closing at all? Nah, never heard it. That's exactly what they're listening for. Weren't I waiting for the sweat to leave? In which case, where did the victim end up in the carriage? Ah! We know that the victim collapsed inside the enclosed cabin at the omnibus. Therefore, Mrs. Trey's statement about what she did or did not hear is at odds with the facts. Ah! Yes, this petty thief's statement was clearly flawed. Lord Van Zeeks? Yes, he knew all too well that there was inconsistency in Mrs. Trey's statement. It would seem more as a thanks or an order from my learned friends. What are you talking about? You have demonstrated matters impeccably. This witness and her colorful statements are entirely unreliable, or which are convenient truths, nothing more. Is that right? How could the victim possibly not have board the omnibus? That makes no sense whatsoever. And this girl's a pickpocket. Let's not forget that. Up, she ready. She didn't even say anything. She just did it. Ah! She didn't even say anything. That's what I said. I didn't want to judge near the little mite just because she has some rather naughty ways. But I must say, I can't abide liars. Neither can I. But Mr. Foreman! I didn't want to trust the girl because she was some less saberlious ways, but I must say, I cannot abide liars. Oh my god! Oh well. I do have my suspicions. Oh, Mr. Nahoda, that's 5 jury members leaning towards guilty. Oh, sweet god, dude. Well, your consideration for others is refreshing, my Nipponese friend. To the considerable troubles you have spared me. Ah, yes, he drank it! Woo! Drink the wine! That's very refreshing. Yeah! Yeah! What are you playing at? Have you forgotten who you're working for, you useless Eastern admin? This carnage is perfect. Turn number 2 is the only one left. Mr. Nahud is going. I know, if we can't find ways to convince everyone Mr. McGill's innocence, the judge will rule that we've all lost. I very much want to believe the words of one London's most respected gentleman, but those of us in service know we must accept hard truths. Hold it! Hold it! Yes, the witness' last statement seems to have revealed a critical inconsistency in her story. However, if we consider the possibility of statements to fact the truth, this may shed entirely new light in the whole case. What are you saying? Counsel! I'm sorry, sir. Whatever do you mean? Oh, sweet God. Counsel, I will not tolerate you attempting to provoke my adjudication. I can't read! Spare yourself at once. I can't read! When the accused aboard the omnibus that night in question, the victim was nowhere to be seen. Subsequently, the carriage door is not heard opening every single time, satisfied the witness in the stand. And yet the victim's body was found inside the carriage. This is so weird. If this petty thief's words are to be believed, how do you explain the victim's miraculous appearance inside the cabin of the omnibus? But wait. Oh, sweet God. But wait. There's only one way to explain the victim came inside the carriage. There's another entrance! The window! If the door wasn't even opened, the only explanation of the victim entered a closed cabin in some other way. But wait, what in the... Wait, hold on, here's the thing. I wondered what new fantasy would come up with your blind panic. But behold, the omnibus here, as you see. It has windows, only one side of the closed cabin furnished the door. It only has windows. Fixed windows could possibly be open and shut. There's no entrance to the cabin other than the door. The skylight! But there could be, but possibly even considered. Oh, really? Yes, the other way inside that isn't a door. Another opening which allowed the victim to peer inside the enclosed cabin. Oh, sweet God. We're just making shit up! We are literally making shit up! The defense will identify the location of the court. The skylight on earth is the entrance you propose. This bitch. The skylight! The answer is obvious. It can only be the skylight! I say the skylight! Objection! Your ludicrous proposal almost made me lost for words! I am lost for words! Oh, sweet God. However, skylight may well large enough for someone to pass through. Oh, so you claim, but you do not have a shred of evidence to support your addle-brained theory. Both Mr. McGill and Miss Lestrade said the same thing in their testimonies. They each claimed to have heard a loud thud, such as a noise made by someone falling on the floor. And there's a blessing on the floor, but that blessing on the floor never was there before, so what's going on? Yes, which has already been explained, as the sound of the victim falling from the seat having been assumed with a dagger. Yes, it is, but... Oh, I knew it was a dagger. But a man slipping to the seat of the floor really made such a loud noise to witness describe. A noise loud enough to cause Mr. Lestrade to let out an involuntary cry, in fact. Good gracious! Perhaps, in fact, that was the moment the victim made his entrance into the cabin? No, let me rephrase that. The victim didn't enter the cabin as such. He fell into it! Objection! Oh my God, I am so confused. You're now suggesting that the victim fell from the skylight in the cabin? Oh my God, no. That's simply impossible. How can you be so sure? Because if the victim had fallen inside the skylight, as you say, the passengers on the roof deck would have seen it happen. That is true, actually. That's what I was thinking. And yet, not the one person made mention of such events in their testimony. Well, yes, that's true, but... Oh, no. Oh no. Might a humble fella make a weak comment here? Mr. McGilded! Oh! To be sure now, the two fellas were sat on the roof to testify before, said nothing about victim falling through the skylight. But it seems to me, my lord, that is not much of a case in not saying, but... Hey, what? In case of being unable to say... What? I think perhaps the two fellas do be having something of a complaining reason not to mention what happened. Would you say not agree? Fine, ladies and gentlemen, the jury. Oh my goodness, surely not! Those two chaps on the roof? I am... Oh, sweet God. You mean the one that stuck the knife the man were... Ah! Oh my God, I'm so fucking confused. Oh my God. This is exactly what you're insinuating here, you bliverer! You brother, he said! You brother! What are you insinuating? This flaming outrage of a good mind give you a blinker in a minute. I'll give you a shiner in a minute, he said, and so will I. Mr. Fairplay. You're effectively accusing me, a city gentleman, a more respected banker. And me, a very angry hatter. Suggesting that someone like me could have stabbed the man in the guts. It's a disgrace, a scandal. I protest as strong as possible terms. That's right, I protest too. About you round scoundrel. But wait, look at McGilded. He's laughing his ass off over here. He's like, hell yeah, I get away with this shit. Oh, it is not the time, witness. I will not permit the wanton invasion of the stand. Return to the answer room at once. But this is beyond reason, my lord. This is outrage. It's very hurtful, you know. My lord, if I may comment. Oh, sweet God. Go ahead, Lord Vanzi. We're just blaming people now. It was the defense initiated outburst from the witness. My learned friend has seemed to fit the banal protocol and accused the witness without proof. Accused? I never intended to! It seems your young Nipponese at your commanded English tongue is wanting. You propose to this court that the victim fell through the skylights in the roof deck of the omnibus. The hypothesis cannot possibly stand without the rooftop passengers being aware of the evidence. That is true. I will say that is pretty accurate. You have branded these gentlemen liars, even between the criminal guilt. Not intentional, but we did kind of do that. In the British courts of law, this is a team that bases accusation. I know I was rash to put this idea forward without any actual evidence, but you can't just dismiss it without a second thought. You're wasting time, fool. Go get the fight. I thought there was something fishy about that hat from the moment I laid eyes on that fellow. We have a bad man through one way or another. I fell from rubbish in their medicine was exploded at once. What's happening, Mr. Netherhood? I don't even know anymore. The spectators in the public gallery are... This is a complete frenzy. Testify. Respectfully, Mr. First? My lord. You will take the stand again and make another formal testimony. Reference to the immediate brought to defense. Yes, my lord. I didn't come here for this. There's no time to think this through. All I can do is keep pushing forward. We were the only two people on the roof deck, dead or alive. I can swear on that. If anything happened, we were sitting. Don't you think one other would have noticed? In any case, neither of us knew the first thing the victim had no reason to kill the man. The skylight was shut the entire time, I tell you. We couldn't possibly have opened it. If we were to be sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? I must say, listening to testimony is so hard to imagine. But wait, what the fuck? How either witness could have performed any malevolent act as open the roof deck without another noticing forthwith, that's true. That's right. You see, we're innocent, I tell you. Although logically, of course, the argument falls down on two or your conclusion of one another. What? Yeah? According to investigations by Scotland Yard. Oh my goodness. The two witnesses share no common dealings. Oh, Mario. Just going in our favor, really. So why do I feel so uneasy? Cutie. Let's prevent over your cross-examination, please. Oh, yes, my lord. My spider shaking his little tail. Look at him. Look at him. Look at that boy. Look at that. Hold on, I'm recording right now. Refuting the accusation. Let's go to the third statement. We had no reason to kill that man. Didn't know the first thing about this victim. Hold on, let me check the omnibus real quick. Let's check the inside. Just real quick again, let's check it. There's a skylight. There's nothing there yet. This is really weird. God. Let's press you again. Hi. So, have you never met Mr. Fry's fired Mason before? Oh, Lumi, no. Not once. Never! You never met that man before. He said never! And you, Mr. First, no prior dealings with the victim either? That's right. Hatters don't have much of brickmakers, to be honest. To be perfectly honest, sir. No, I imagine not. You see how many different ways can I put this? Neither of us have a remote connection to the gentleman who were inside the cabin. Actually, there's an achievement. Okay, so there is an achievement for Hat Hunter. If you basically press the third statement and then you pursue it, and you pursue Mr. McGilded, and you pursue Mr. McGilded on like, then you pursue him.
Excuse me.
It was like another statement. I think it was like the Hatter's one. I'm not sure. I forgot which line it was, but yeah, something like that. Mr. McGilded? Yes, counsel. Gonna be doing for you. I don't know who Ida Shoxon. So the witness has to give you a positive about some help. Not the remotest connection. Is that right? I wonder. What are you insinuating now? Ah, Mr. Fairplay. It has been too long, has it? If I'm not very much mistaken, I believe 'tis fast approaching, is it not? Your repayment date? I beg your pardon. You borrowed 20 guineas from me, sir. The constable embraced of interest. You tricked me. It's extortion. I'll be right back real quick. So, yeah, I'm gonna pause right here. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. And, yeah. So, anyway, I was just eating. Let's begin again. Well, now, this is a touch bit toward burglary, is it? Sort of burglary that might motivate a fellow to pass his crimes on to another. Gah! And young Mr. First. Me, sir? What do you want with me, sir? You make hanging hats for a living, do you not? And their top hat sliding off of your head. So one of your own creations, is it? Oh, well, I'm still an apprentice, you understand. I'm learning to find the perfect fit whenever I find jokes, you know. Perfect fit? Well, it is very distinctive design, is it? Many customers like it, I tell you. It's a distinctive touch. Customers. Such a thrice-fired mason. Ah! There's a photographic print of the victim submitted as evidence of affair, my lord. Oh, yes, you mean. I can't help thinking of poor fellow head looks like it seems familiar, wouldn't you say? Oh! That's one of my hats! Hey, it is! So it would seem the brickmaker of a customer of yours. What is he doing? That's what a customer I wait till you have a quarrel with over the distinctiveness of the goods. What? Oh no, sir. Absolutely not, sir! Well, there's really nothing more to add. It wouldn't be right to say the two fellas here. Distinctiveness, wouldn't you say? That's my case. Hold on, what did you say? There's nothing more to add with the right. Two fellas, we have the remote connection to the victim, you see. That is my case. You little weasel! He's better at this than I am! Dude! Oh my god, dude. McGilded is the only defendant in the entire series that actually defends himself. Unlike everybody else who just like, every other defendant who straight up just like lets you do all the work. He just does half of it for you. Like a dude. Gosh, Mr. McGilded certainly done the research, hasn't he? I don't trust this man. Please, don't let interruption hold up the proceedings. The skylight the entire time, so we couldn't possibly do anything. The skylight was shut the entire time. I tell you, we couldn't possibly have opened it. In any case, neither of us, so the first man to kill. So anyway, here's what happens when you press him on the third statement and question the gilded on the line. Neither of us with the rooms. So anyway, let's pursue him again, just to see if it's an achievement. I guess I do the Hatter.
Excuse me.
Let me ask you something. Oh, what have you be, fella? Do you have something about your last statement? No, not really. I'm happy as Vegas is still around. Here, have yourself a tip. Ah! Does he think I ask him for a general well-being? See, that happens when you kind of tip him. Like, kind of do that. Sometimes it's kind of interesting how he just tosses a coin at your face. Turns out the skylight can be open. So let's go ahead and check out the omnibus. Look. First, certainly find a character that opens register. Yes, there's a lamp and close counter. Sure. But wait, hold on. I just saw something. Look. You see there's like a little switch? There's a switch on the inside if you look super closely. So, if you can actually see that there's a, what you can't see is there's actually like a little hole. There's like a little like switch. So you can't see there's a switch on it. So it looks like you can open it. It is possible. Let's press him on the floor. Hold it. Can I press you real quick? Are you quite certain about that? The skylight was shut the entire time? I'm going to lose my block with you in a minute. He's going to lose his rag with you in a minute. That's what he said. Kind of looks like the, for me, like, when first it's the angry little animation. Kind of looks like, you know, I know it's supposed to be kind of like a classic old, classic thing, but kind of looks a little bit like, you know how like when Donald is angry, kind of looks like that iconic, and like with the fist, kind of looks like that to me. Took a good himself. Go on. You see? It's shut fast now. You see there's a switch. Notice there's a tiny little switch. So with this, of course, if I that size, makes a little break through it. It's turned on. What? Just looking at the size of the thing, you understand? Oh, now you're waiting on the size of the thing means nothing. No, let's consider the bigger picture here, shall we? Stop part of our show, shall we? I was writing audio as an indication when it broke the wind loudly, and I shocked myself as it happens. This unexpected confession, Mr. First. Oh, I just need to say, well, the point is, I tried to open the skylight, you see. But look, I couldn't make it budge. The stench was terrible. Everyone was looking daggers at me, sir, as red as a rouge I did. Are you expecting me to sentence you? Oh, no, sir. The point is, the skylight can't be open. I tried and tried when I was a cabin of shame.
Excuse me.
There's something to say? Do you have something to say about that Mrs. Trade? Mrs. Trade! It opens. Huh? The skylight. This is what you're talking about, right? This one skylight's open dead easy. More reasons when you can load that weapon. That's a lie, I tell ya. Otherwise, when I broke the wind, You can't do it from inside, you mug. Oh, you actually did see a switch. If you look close, you can actually see a switch. It actually is possible to open. Look, a few weeks ago, I was up on the roof deck in one of them drags. And I had a great one. I mean, but this is coming out to me years. Mrs. Trade is not form of engrossing a subject of your criminal activities. Well, anyway, I was a bit scared. Then I lifted the last block spurs, and they get wise to me. All four of them surrounded me, so I would have chopped the boss any leg. So what I did was I used the skylight, opened the catch, and jumped right in through. What? Yeah, the catch for them skylights is on the top side. That's why you can't open them from the cabin. The skylight opens from the roof deck? Yeah, you can actually see it. Bailiff! Climb up the roof cabin and verify the witness claims. You see? There's a little switch. hat. It does open. God. See. This happens when you be a petty thief, though. Order! 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 So it appears that the street girl statement is quite true. I don't believe that the skylight opens right from the roof deck. Mr. Naruhodo, this could be the clue that we've been looking for. For defense? Yes, my lord. So the skylight opens. Please perhaps I should investigate for myself. To the rooftop. Up here. So now it opens. Wait! There's a blood stain! It's really opening Mr. Shears is in close cabin. I'm sure it's quite... Oh, that sounds good for us. Boy, hold on. I just noticed. Look, there's a blood stain. Look closely. There's a blood stain on the thing. Right there. You can see it as good through his carriages for sure. So, let's go inside. Yeah, there it is. Yes, it's horse quiet opposite. Wide enough to kick someone like you through, friendly Mr. Naruhodo. Why someone like me? Ah! What is it? Look, just here. Look at this. It's a fat question. It's blood. Why would there be blood stain there? Surely, it can't be related to the case, can it? There's blood stain visible on the frame of the skylight when it opens. Huh, interesting. Intriguing. Let's go ahead and go to the fifth statement. If after sure the victim fell through the skylight, where's your proof? There's a bloodstain visible on the frame of the skylight. What the hell? Huh. Let's put the, shall we? Objection! Bonk. I had a question. The victim was fatally stabbed in the stomach, and immediately afterwards, the victim's body was pushed to the skylight into the cabin below. Those are the facts, and the irrefutable proof remains clearly visible in the omnibus that stands before us today in this very courtroom. What? That's utter humbug! Oh, you can't possibly have any evidence! No, you can't! I mean, we didn't do it, I tell you, it's impossible! Irrefutable proof here in this courtroom. I just have... out of my ass, out of me arsehole, counsel, my lord, out of me arse. I believe everyone would appreciate a little clarification here. What exactly the omnibus evidence would you allude to? The proof pointed out. Let's go to the rooftop. Right here.
Got it!
Got it! By Jupiter! Is that blood? Ah! This bloodstain proves two things, or is it ketchup? Is it ketchup or blood? Could it be ketchup? Because sometimes somebody brings ketchup. You never know for sure. I mean, people do bring ketchup sometimes, but you never know. Someone might be a spice, you know? First, the incident occurred, the skylight of the omnibus was open. What? And secondly, the victim was already bleeding when he fell through the opening. Oh my! If you guys remember, if you take a knife out, like, it just, you know, it just basically flows. Like, it basically just flows. So it follows that Mr. McGilden was inside the enclosed cabin himself at the time, cannot possibly be guilty of this crime. No! 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 Order! 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 But the blood couldn't be sprayed there when the fellow was stabbed inside the cabin! And only found its way in the one particular spot of the skylight. Sure, would it be very convenient? And let's keep it in mind the skylight can catch and be fastened on the roof deck. Myself wouldn't have been able to open it now, would I? There's no absurd, is there? It's a greatly fell to the skylight, I mean. Let me have a good look at the floor and the cabin between the two seats, Mr. First. Oh, 'tis all too plain, you see. But that wasn't there before. Here's the thing: that blood stain was not there before. There's the aftermath that shows the poor fellow dropped in the fair height. Is there? So it is. What? No, but it can't be, is it? It's all... This guy lies. My fellow jury members, I think we can all agree that it's clear proof the defendant's innocence, can't we? I believe we can, yes, sir. Clear for me to know where field for rubbish can be found in this courtroom. But who's guilty, though? It's definitely not those guys, because I feel something's wrong. So I can pull the wool of my eyes, did they? The jury. Oh, fuck this jury! Dude, this jury's gonna kill me. I won't tolerate the guilty characters being sullied with blood. I won't tolerate it. Oh, I always knew that person who gave us the life of park and done such a thing. On the 3, then, everyone. 1, 2, 3!
Objection!
Up. Aye, Zeeks. Chilling performance, Mr. McGilded. Oh, and what are we referring to there now, Lord Van Zeeks? A bloodstain on the frame of the skylight. Such evidence is null and void! What? Why? This is oddly convenient for us, for one extremely simple reason. That smear of blood never existed! What? What are you talking about? This is all to see. It's clearly blood. Could it be ketchup? I personally attended Scotland Yard's investigation of the omnibus. The officers involved went over the carriage with a fine-tooth comb. This is so weird. We can all say with absolute certainty. No such smear of blood existed in the carriage. At least not until this trial began. But are you suggesting, Lord Van Zeeks, that this stain of blood was fabricated? Fabricated, my lord? Yes, and while this court has been in session. What?! Someone must have gone in and done it. Ah, you fucking asshole. What the bother? I must say, I didn't expect such crude reasoning from a prosecutor of your standing, Lord Van Zeeks. But that Magnus McGill did. I fella know all the capital of his fine contributions to public life. I don't think I need to slander, and I'll fight it to the bitter end. Even if it's rolling off the tongue of the Reaper or the Bailey. Mr. McGilded. I realize that this is your first appearance in court as the accused. However, I am well aware of your involvement behind the scenes in a great many affairs of dubious nature. This guy is pretty suspicious, though. You're very adept when it comes to avoiding getting your own hands dirty. And each time it happens in a case you're involved in and investigated, you adapt the facts. Adapt the facts. What does that even mean? Yeah, this guy fabricates evidence. I mean, that bloodstain on the floor wasn't there before. That bloodstain wasn't there before. And also like the stuff in the cabinet was completely removed to fit with the evidence, which is wrong. He literally fabricates evidence. Oh my goodness. When you wield the fortune size of Mr. McGild's, however ill-gotten it may be, nothing is impossible. Tampering with evidence, manipulating the scene of the crime, bribing witnesses. Yeah, this is true. I toast your ability to concoct the most convenient to stories, sir. I can't read. Lord Van Zeeks, this will not do for sure. Will it now cancel? Oh, no. This guy is, I think it's fair to say, this also sounds like a rather far-fetched excuse by a desperate man. Didn't we make up the window story? The blood on the skylight didn't exist. You say it technically did it if you want to get technical. Oh, sweet God. But if you also cast your minds back, it's not true that the omnibus there has been in courtroom the entire time. Yeah, but someone must have gone in and done it, aka you or maybe someone else. How could anyone possibly be smeared in the blood without the warden's wife seeing? You're a better defense attorney than I am. What the fuck? Isn't that lad now, Gonson? It's true. The omnibus has been full view the entire time the court's been in session. My learned friend. Here's to hearing your opinion on this matter in your own words. Oh, sweet God. Time for my opinions to come to light. Alright, boys. As you wish. Could someone have tampered with the omnibus during the trial, asking me? It could have been possible. I mean, it is very possible. It's very possible. I've said it before, multiple times. It's very possible. As a defense lawyer, it's my job to advocate for the defendant as best as I can. But still, I feel as though there's something even more important at stake here. There is no evidence to suggest that the defendant did as my learned friend suggests. However, my learned friend, in terms of having the opportunity to carry out the alleged tampering, there is one possibility. Oh, good gracious! Explain yourself, counsel! Yes, there is. It seems my learned Japanese friend has no intention of running from the deceit. I'm sure everyone still remembers clearly the recess that we were forced to take. As a result of the smoke grenade fired by the witness currently in the stand, Miss Gina Lestrade. As bang. Yeah, that's that. It was enough time. It was enough time for him to do that. What is going on? Be careful, Mr. Nadahodo. Cover your face. Bailiff, don't let the accused escape. Secure the omnibus. I hereby call the emergency recess. Bailiff, ensure the defendant is in custody and clear the courtroom. It was a perfect opportunity for him to change the scene. The courtroom was filled with smoke, and everyone was thrown into confusion. And all of us were made to leave this chamber. In that brief interval, under the veil of smoke and in all the chaos, it could have been possible to steal inside the omnibus. Are you wise? What are you trying to pull, ye rotten, feckless gouger? Feckless gouger? You're supposed to be defending me! You're defending yourself. 'Tis a wicked plot. 'Tis a plot to undermine me, so it is.
Objection.
Whatever you think this is, it changes nothing. The facts are the same. After this courtroom was evacuated earlier as a result of the smoke grenade, a number of inconsistencies materialized in relation to the omnibus. In fact, have you been to an omnibus? An omnibus? You know, kind of like a bus with like a roof on it. You know, like where like there's seats on the roof. And then there's like the... It's basically like a bus with like 2 floors. Have you been on one? Yeah. I'm just asking. Inconsistencies such as... I actually realized... Look at this, look at this, look. It has a Reaper on it. That is so cool. We'll start with the strange compartment underneath the real passenger seat. It was empty. When the police investigated the omnibus, this compartment was full of driver's items. The bloodstain was secondly. We have smeared blood at the edge of the skylight. As I said, it's not present at the start of the trial this morning. That's true. Unfortunately, Lord Van Zieks, no one is able to corroborate your claims. That's true. When the omnibus was first wheeled out, both the storage compartment and the skylight were shut. Accordingly, I'm afraid to say we cannot establish with any certainty if this evidence is a result of tampering or not. Indeed, my lord. No doubt that there was not a single person who saw fit for any such things. What do you think? Sorry? Something very suspicious here. About the omnibus. Is there anything unusual about this omnibus? I have an inkling. I have a bit of an inkling of it, my lord. Yes, counsel, have a bit of feeling. There's one further inconsistency. A mark that surely could not have been present at the start of the trial. What? What in the devil's name are you going to say now? If you depend upon me, you little maggot! Silence, McGilded. The court awaits the defense's clarification. Oh boy, this trial keeps swinging one way to the other. I have no idea what's the truth and what's deception. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to believe here? I shall have to ask an elaborate counsel. Where exactly is the legend mark you claim to appear in the floor during the trial?
Got it.
The blessing on the floor. We've considered the victim fell through the skylight onto the floor in the cabin. You would certainly expected to find signs of blood where he landed. But as far as I can recall, this blood stain on the cabin floor was not there when the omnibus was first brought into the courtroom. Good lord! We have a lot of fabricated evidence here, don't we? Yes, I believe you're correct, counsel. Well said. Although, as an advocate for the defense, one might say that is a very careless slip of the tongue. I believe that bloodstain on the floor is a decisive piece of evidence. But if the question whether the evidence is genuine or whether it was unlawfully fabricated by someone, feel compelled to admit that there's at least a possibility that evidence is fake. Ah! Oh God, hi! This trial is over. Mr. McGilded? I've done everything possible I could cooperate with the court, but 'tis all over now. But you're the defendant! It is over, I tell you! Hi! Hi! Memory, recollection. What people think they saw, 'tis all nonsense! Thanks to their accounts. And the fact is, the bloodstain is there! Okay! And over the course of a desperate trial, long and extremely drawn out as it been, the good for nothing Reaper in the Bailey has failed to present any decisive evidence at all. I'm scandalized, so am I. I thought better of Lord Van Zix. Wait, my lord! I must concur with the defendant. The unaffirmative recollection of the individual cannot stand as evidence. That is true, but still, at this moment in time, the particular bloodstain in question is very much in existence, and an absence of any credibility method of which proved the alleged previous non-existence. I regret to say that it's proper this trial to continue. Your lordship can't be serious! Lord Van Zix, what is your position? The prosecution, my lord, has no further witnesses or evidence to present. Oh, sweet God! Very well. On that case, as I believe we have explored every possible avenue in this matter, I shall proceed my education. As a formality, I am of course obliged to confirm with the defense first. What? I think stand minimum it would seem Mr. McGilded we found not guilty. Yes, which would mean we've won. Is that really the right outcome here? Is it really all right for the trial to come to an end now with all these unexplained inconsistencies? Counsel for the defense, your closing statement, please. Oh boy. Yes, my lord. The defense believes the defendant could be guilty. I believe he could be guilty as hell. I am here in this courtroom today to advocate for the defense of my client, Mr. McGilded. However, at this moment in time, I cannot in all good conscience at least fully to the defendant's innocence. What are you saying, man? Without any question, there is no conclusive evidence to prove that the defendant is guilty. However, there is also no conclusive evidence to prove that he is innocent either. Good. Good gracious me! We don't know. We don't even know anymore. It's just so... God, we don't know. Order! Order! This is unprecedented behavior, counsel! A defense lawyer calling the accused's innocence into question! Are you sound of mind? Oh, 'twas a grand decision that appointed my lawyer. Oh, it was a grand decision. I just came in, bro. You didn't even appoint me. I just came in. What? I must say, I didn't expect quite an exciting spectacle to the end there, but still. Here, have this for your troubles. Ah! Your job here is done, fella, and some fine work you've done, so you have. What do you mean? Tis just a right honorable gentleman succinctly put it afore. The trial can't go on anymore. Your closing statement there was, how do you put it now? You're nothing more than a formality. I really don't know what to make of all of this. Was it evidence we seemed genuine, or was it fake? His lordship would be fuming. Any slight rubbish should be disposed of properly, as I said. Sticky Rachel is guilty of something. Mark my words. I feel terribly ashamed that I ever doubted that lovely man would give us a lovely pork. Oh God. That proceeds have unfolded this way. Oh boy. I compelled to declare a premature end to this trial. Furthermore, the court must be accept the defendant's plea. Yes, sweet God. Hi, Coquito. I thank you kindly, my lord. I hereby pronounce the verdict of this court. But we still haven't determined the blessing in the omnibus is genuine or not. We don't know if this witness is telling the truth or a pack of lies. Any idea of the truth? Lord Van Zieks? My lord? The case made by the prosecution was flawed, plain and simple. If indeed the omnibus presented as evidence was tampered with, the prosecution is fault for allowing such a disgraceful preservation of justice take place. My sincerest apologies, my lord. But, wait! But your advocate, if I could accord from Lord Van Zieks ordered the evidence to be secured. I'm afraid the prosecution cannot show responsibility in this matter. That's so unfair! The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, have been established in this court. Consistently, the jury will not require that profit judgment. What? Well, Lord Van Zieks, it's my pleasure. So it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. Do you mean to tell me this has all been a grand waste of time? In a way, yes. 'Tis the law of the land, my good man. That is not the law, that is corruption. If you like to pursue this matter further, you can always go ahead and try to change the law. Magnus McGilded. Good grief, you're moved to say me, have you? Just one thing. A warning. This is far from over. This is something you've been looking forward to then. I hereby pronounce the defendant, Mr. Magnus McGilded, not guilty. No. That is not a celebration. See, everyone is like debating. It's like, what's going on here? It's just like a complete waste. What's going on? I can't believe it. This is an outrage. They should have examined the evidence more. What are we talking about? The man's been cleared. He's innocent. I don't know anymore, dude. With the courtroom in pandemonium for the second time that day, the judge delivered his verdict, and my first ever trial in Great Britain came to an abrupt end. With the defendant being found not guilty, absolutely a victory for us. But it doesn't feel victorious. It just feels wrong. It feels very wrong, you know? It doesn't feel right at all. This is so wrong. This certainly was a long trial. Yeah, I agree with that. Yes, it was. The first ever trial in foreign soil and your first victory. It was a wonderful performance. It doesn't feel right. Well, congratulations. And to you too, Mrs. Seto. Thank you for your assistance. I suppose we should be happy. The trouble is, we're still completely in the dark about what actually happened. Well, we didn't have enough time. But isn't it wrong? I mean, who actually was responsible for Mr. Mason's death? We don't even know that! The sole aim of the defense is to obtain a verdict that exonerates the defendant. You carried out your duty to perfection. Hey, that you did. Hi, fucker! Mr. McGilded. And the girl is with him too. Well, it seems that the stories are true. Oh, what stories? About the 6 enormous fireworks to be letting off and his verdict of not guilty. Sure, you must have seen them by now. Spectacular, wouldn't you say? Yes, definitely. I've heard it was a sight to behold, you sure? It was. Now you think, I suppose, you have the opportunity to see it. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm not sure I really did anything. What on earth are you saying, fella? You walk out a free man then. I don't think it was so much thanks to me as down to your planning. You're a straight-talking fella, aren't you? I must say, you must straight ahead out there once twice. But you're young and say strong. There's water under the bridge. Congratulations, Mr. McGilded, on having your name cleared. But nothing's resolved. Feels wrong. There's only one thing that matters to me. Oh. Hey. They've all seen that I didn't do the abuse and actually indeed. It's grand, is it not? I suppose it is. Now the fine fellas of Scotland Yard can take matters into their hands for any wee details. They all see for what it is, and they'll get the truth. Absolute faith in them, so I have. After all, they'll be providing a good number of their wages with all the taxes I pay. Do you pay taxes at all? It's not that funny. So then, as we agreed beforehand, 1,000 guineas for your troubles, fella. Oh, no, I couldn't possibly accept that much. To be with you're a humble people, are you, from the east? Well, if you insist. But have this, still, you know, you deserve an award. An award. But, Mr. Magnus McGilden! Everything is ready, sir. I'd like to follow the courtroom. Into the courtroom? What's this, officer? It's too soon and I'm late to believe. I hope it's not inconvenient, sir, or some changes of schedule. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry? What inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I ask if it'll be present to me myself. They are going to examine it again? Now? That's odd. Naturally, I'm not going to take part in more in the matter now. As an upstanding member of London society, I do my best to help her again. 'Tis a gentleman's duty, so it is. So then, fare thee well. 'Twas an absolute pleasure meeting yos. Hope you have a whale of a time when you started here in Great Britain. And there he goes. A free man. Oh, I forgot she was here too. Oh, don't shoot me! God, you. Don't move! Whereas I want to say, get on, move on. She really was sick forever to load that thing. Mrs. Trade, would you mind putting that thing down? You're a grown-up. Sorry? And I hate all grown-ups. There you are! Naughty, running off like that. Is this some kind of picnic? Who's this little girl now? I'm taking that with as well. I was looking forward to travel around my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Ha! Oh, do you want to play? You don't beat me. Yeah! Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, good day to you. I'm, well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine. The inventor? Well, normal smoke grenades are so dull. Don't you agree? White, 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 and more white. If it has been shrouded in smoke, it would at least be pretty color, I thought to myself. Do we have to be shrouded in smoke, though? At all. I just took my ass off of her a moment while I was changing into a different omnibus, and she pinched in. Luckily, I fitted it with a telegraphic beacon. What? I have no idea what this girl's talking about. Anyway, you're coming with me now, back to my laboratory. What? What for? To apologize, of course, silly. To my technician. What? You mean, you say sorry? Surely when you say something wrong, surely adults never told you that before. An adult? I don't listen to adults. Come along then, follow me. Fine, I'll be your way. Oh, good. You see, I knew you wanted the right thing in the end. I'm fairly sure that was she wants to get shot by a massive gun of yours. Well, I'll be leaving now then. Bye-bye. I'm sorry for all the fuss. She was a lively one. Well, do you think perhaps we are on our way now? Yes, you're right, but where to? Oh, we haven't had to find a place yet to stay. No sooner we arrived in London, we just rush here. Our traveling cases are still with the bailiff. I was originally planning on spending today in search of lodgings, but this is a late hour in the day. I'm afraid we may be out of luck. Don't worry, though. I have a plan. The worst ones come to worst. I've heard of a lovely park and come spend the night. Please tell me you're not thinking of a gilded park. I know it may be a little chilly time of the year, but you have Lucy's siesta. I'm not so sure about that. I think a midwinter London night will freeze you if a young person saw it as easily as an elderly one. Oh dear, that doesn't sound agreeable. Now I'm starting to regret turning Mr. McGilden down. That 1,000 guineas would have paid for a lovely warm room or mansion. And so, the trial to determine my worthlessness at the study tour was over at the end of the first day in London. However, as we were soon to learn, there was more trying times ahead, just as the Reaper of the Bailey had warned. The case was far from over. Let me turn off the mic real quick. We're gonna have to hear me.
going on? Get the fire brigade!
Water! Bring water, quick! What the... How did this happen?
I don't know, sir. By the time I got here, it was already engulfed.
No one was supposed to be allowed in here before we started investigating. No. Oh, good God. There's someone in there.
This can't be.
Whew. Well, that's the end of that case. Yep, we're safe. Well, that's the end of the Adventure of the Runaway Room. Well, not exactly a happy ending now, is it? Let's just say that things were not exactly resolved. Things are not exactly resolved yet. There's still some things that we haven't found. And the not guilty verdict feels so wrong. It feels wrong. Just a not guilty verdict feels very, very wrong. It doesn't feel right at all. It just doesn't feel right. The verdict doesn't feel right at all. Just feels so wrong in so many ways. So, like, yeah, it just doesn't feel right. But, anyway. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Please, thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Feels like I was rebel, whatever, if you want. And next time, we're going to go ahead and start the next case, the 4th case, The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. So yeah, this one's also a bit of a long one too. This one can be split into 2 parts based on investigation and trial. So this one's going to be basically the classic style, like what I usually did with like the trilogy. How I kind of like split them based on trial investigation. Like for example, the investigation will be a separate episode, and then trials will be a separate episode. So that's how it's going to go, just like I did with the original, just like I did with the trilogy. Do you guys remember that? So yeah. See you guys then. Bye.